You're watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Green Bay Packers content, created for the fans by the fans. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know whenever we go live. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Packers_access. Go Pack Go. Enjoy the show.
What's up, guys? Welcome into the PTA postgame show. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Joined alongside Tim in Green Bay. We'll have Emilio joining us here shortly in Tennessee, here to talk about this huge win for the Packers on Thanksgiving night. Packers come out victorious 30-17 over the Minnesota Dolphins. Obviously, some bookies had it at 2.5 points. I think I've seen the majority of them settle at 3.5 points. So the Packers, 2 weeks in a row, cover the spread tremendously here as they're playing as good a football as they played since the second half of last year. But we're going to get into all the stats. We're going to get all the analysis, all that good stuff. I know the chat's lit up. We'll make sure we hit the super chats. Anything anybody's got in there, just let us know. But first things first, let's go ahead. I don't mean to laugh in the middle of an ad read there, Tim, but if you could have seen Christian Watson jumping up and down when they just showed the turkey legs, they just pulled the cover off of them and got Jordan standing there. We got Josh Jacobs in the mix. Christian was back there jumping up and down. He looks hungry as a hostage. I ain't gonna lie, man. So United Bates with the first super chat of the night. Appreciate you, Bates. You are the man. He says, "Turkey leg!" Exclamation point.
I like that. 30-17, right on the money too.
Right
with the super chat. Thanks, Bates. You're the man.
You are awesome, Bates. Thank you so much for the support, pal. Yeah, listen, this was a fun one. We'll break it down. We got plenty of time to break it down. We got a little bit of a long week coming up, right? Because our next game, where's it going to be on Thursday too, Tim?
Yep, another Thursday night game in Detroit.
Be somewhat of a normal week, right? 7-day turnaround. So let's get your initial takeaway here, man. What do you think of this win over the Dolphins today, man? I thought it was a fun one to watch. We got a lot to break down, but what did you think here just on the surface?
Great team win. I thought that we made the necessary changes defensively. I felt like we were getting a little blitz heavy at times. And, there were moments in the game when we backed off, started rushing for, and good things started happening. And, really kept Tyreek Hill in check for the most part. And thought we did a good job defensively. Offensively, a couple of little goofy penalties, right? We had some procedural stuff, but, things we need to clean up. But again, Josh Jacobs running the football effectively. Great blocking from our line and our receivers and our tight ends. Speaking of tight ends, we got a little bit of Tuck Norris tonight. That was fun to see. So overall, I think it was like Coach talks about, right? Complimentary football. We played well. I think you're happy we took the points there down in the red zone. It might have been tempting to try and push the envelope a little bit, but I feel like we kept our foot on the gas, but we didn't play overly aggressive and let it get away from us. Would have been nice to keep them out of the end zone all night, but they got that lucky one to Tyreek Hill there towards the end. What are you going to do? But great victory. We'll take it. We got a Victory Friday tomorrow, holiday edition. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for a Packers dub, and we are 9-3 heading into the Motor City, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, what else could you ask for, man? And then you throw on top of that, Tim, you had some Lambeau Field snow tonight, man, as you can see from the booth. This was tweeted out by several people. I'll give a shout-out as soon as we get back to the main screen.
In true Wisconsin fashion, too, I live 13 minutes away from Lambeau. Not a snowflake in sight at my house, but definitely snow over on the west side of 1265. Classic Wisconsin weather right there. You got to love it.
I love, too, man, how they actually showed earlier today. They had mentioned, hey, there was snow in the area. And then they showed us, can't remember the sideline reporter for NFL Network was on the field. You could see the snow flying. I'm like, man, I looked at the radar earlier, right? And, and sure enough, I pull the radar up and it's a perfect circle right over Lambeau Field. I'm just like, oh, yeah, the football gods have got us today, man. We're in good hands.
Absolutely. Thank you, John Madden. Thank you, Curly Lambeau. Thanks, Coach Lombardi. We appreciate it.
And, oh, by the way, Josh Jacobs has taken the whole platter back to the locker room. This is awesome, man.
I want to hear the reviews on Leroy Butler's mac and cheese. That's what I want to know. I want to know if this is the truth.
It's caked into one side, too, right along the turkey, or the turducken, I should say. It looks like a turducken to me. But
gotta love it.
Leroy Butler's on the field with a turkey leg right now too, so it's just awesome, man. It doesn't get any better.
They got to give Jordan 2 turkey legs. We got to make up for last year.
Yeah, Absolutely, man. This right here too, man. Just what an awesome. There's so many things to cover in this day in this game here. And thank you again, Bates, for the super chat, pal. 3013 tweeted out Jaden Reed's 13th career receiving touchdown is the third most of all 2023 draft picks, trailing only Jordan Addison, who had 14 or has 14, and Sam Laporta with 15. So Jaden Reed, obviously one of the steals of that draft. Jordan Addison was my top graded receiver that year. I caught a little hell over it. Many people didn't see, what was there. And again, I didn't break down the tape and go, yep, Jordan's my guy. It's just how the formula came out was like, hey, this is probably your safest bet at wide receiver in this particular draft. But pretty cool to see Jaden Reed getting all that praise and hype. And also, man, I just want to say this. The fact that John Madden's original Madden Cruiser was in the parking lot at Lambeau Field for this game, man. You talk about the hitting the fields earlier, man. I'm telling you, it was just when I heard that was going to be, it was like I went back to 9 years old watching football with my brother on Sunday. It was just absolutely awesome, man. But
I love it. That was a we're not worthy kind of moment, right? Like Wayne's World style for real. And really cool that they had the driver who took over for John Madden's original bus driver drove it up here for the game. I think it was really a nice touch, and really I think all the TV networks did a great job today of paying tribute to John Madden and his legacy and what Thanksgiving football really means. And honestly, what a gift this year, right? Finishing it off with the primetime game at Lambeau. I mean, how appropriate, right? I think John Madden's happy. I think he's smiling down on this Thanksgiving for sure.
Yeah. I would love to see that become a tradition. The night game, Thanksgiving night, always be played at Lambeau, and kind of that would be absolutely awesome.
That would be epic.
What do you think about it, Emilio? Just first take here on the game. What's on your mind here tonight, man? It's a huge win.
Happy that Jordan got his leg, man. Leroy Butler was making sure that he got it. He kept saying, he said, I'm going to make sure Jordan gets 2 tonight because of it. But yeah, man, it was a great team win. Like we said, slow them down, hammer the run, and go out there and get it. And what is Green Bay all about? Family and football. And I think it's nothing better than to wrap that all into one, like you said, with John, and just end Thanksgiving there. That's absolutely everything that we're about.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. It was a great day all the way around. Anytime you've got division rivals playing in another game too. Obviously, we had the Bears and the Lions. To me, that game, it ended about as good as it could. You had the Bears kind of exposing the Lions of, hey, look, one of the worst teams in the league can hang with them, right? And I don't want to hear anybody saying that they're not one of the worst teams in the league, because we had to hear it when the Packers only beat them by 1 point, remember? Yep. So it's not like the Lions are just this untouchable team. They got some more injuries that happened today, so they're going to be a little weaker next week as the Packers go into Detroit. But also seeing the Bears just absolutely crap the bed, man, was hilarious.
The Bears still suck.
Somebody tweeted out, it might have been Ryan Schlip, I can't remember who it was, but somebody tweeted out that the Packers moved the ball like almost the entire length of the field in that 30 seconds where the Bears only got one play off. Like, think about that, how bad that clock management was by the coach. Yep. And then Caleb Williams, everybody's going, it ain't Caleb's fault, You're the general, you're the quarterback. You've got to be able to recognize that. Yeah. Hey, look, hey,
Did you see what he was doing too with the
changing?
It was like, what the hell are we doing? It's like, you're supposed to know, man.
Right. Yeah. Let's go, dude. Get up there and spike it. Do something. Somebody take control. Somebody take charge. But Matt Eberflus is on his way out. No doubt about it. I believe that with everything in me here. Again, we'll try to get some shots of of them carrying the turkey leg and everything out. It was just hilarious seeing Josh Jacobs. There it is right there, Crystal Dye. Jacobs carrying the whole tray of food back to the locker room.
Do you see him munching on the mac and cheese? My man went back for like thirds of that. Yeah, no, that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And the whole night, the way they set the stage with Leroy Butler in the bowels of Lambeau Field down there cooking this meal.
Just grinding away.
I love it.
Yeah, awesome, man. I'll see Eric Sutherland in the chat. Happy Thanksgiving, and God bless each and every one of you and your families. Love it. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, Eric. Appreciate you hanging out with us, man. You were awesome, and hoping the family's doing well there, buddy, for sure. We'll keep an eye out for Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love going to the podium. So I'll try to pull that up in a separate window here. But anything else you guys want to hit on before we kind of dive into some of the details of the game?
No, just a great win. This is what we were primed for, right? We wanted to take care of business at home. I'm happy that the vibe is right at 1265 again. We handled business these last 2 home games. Got out with the victory, and we're ready. We're primed heading into the game with Detroit. I'm really excited about it.
A little bit of everybody got involved. All the backs got involved. Kenny was doing it. LVN was doing it. Rashawn was doing it. Still need to figure out why we can't look down the line and see why we're lining up offside. But I was telling my dad, dude, I was screaming. I'm like, I don't understand how this keeps happening. Like, we've done this 2 or 3 games in a row now.
Yeah. And you could see it. You could see it. Like on TV, it's like, hey, whoa, he's way off. Yeah, there's the flag. What the hell are we doing?
Like, how? And then they're lining up on top of. Then they're using the other person as a guide. It's like, dude, if he's already off, we need help. Like, can somebody look down and tell him to get back?
Right. All right. Tad Samato in the chat says LVN emergence, guys. That's 2 weeks in a row with a sack, right?
That's right. 2 weeks in a row for my boy Quay too. I think we got another solid performance out of number 7 tonight.
I didn't see one moment tonight, and watch the PFF grade be 20, but I didn't see one moment where I was like, what the hell's Quay doing there? Every time it just seems like it's clicking.
Not to take away from Tad's comment here. LVN absolutely was a beast tonight among men and played very well. But I was really impressed with our linebackers as a whole. I thought McDuffie played well. We had another solid game from Wilson and Quay coming through. Clutch.
And Tim, it seemed like we were in base a lot. Like it felt like we were in base a good chunk, maybe 40% of the game. I would say that seems like a good chunk against a speedy team like they have. Why would we be stuck in base so much? But it worked out for us.
It did, and we talked about that, right, Clay? Going into the game, thinking maybe a little more big nickel or going, staying in your nickel in some of these situations. And I think Coach Half kind of flexed on them today and said, "Nah, we're gonna stay in base if we feel confident in it."
Yeah. Shout out to Ron Sample. Thank you so much for the dono, buddy. You
Sorry, Ron. I'm on it.
Get that sombrero on him.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, Ron. Appreciate the reminder.
Yeah, all the way around, man. Let's kind of hit on some of the key statistics here. First of all, turnover differential. The Packers won that 1-0. The middle 8, the Packers won the middle 8 10-0. The Packers had 7 explosive plays. The Dolphins only had 3 explosive plays the entire night. And first down passing, the Packers were 6 of 9 on first down passing. Again, there was a couple times I'm like, come on, Matt, let's just run the rock here, right? Yeah. But when you convert, on 6 of those out of 9, that's pretty good not throwing the ball on first down, no doubt about it. So I'm a very boring fan. I'm very conservative in that regard. I'm like, hey, look, let's run the rock on first down, and then we'll throw the thing around the yard. But there was like 3 plays in a row where he just threw on first down. It was unbelievable, man. It was literally 3 first downs in a row. So it's cool though to see Jordan kind of have a bounce back day. I believe personally. I mean, he finished the day, and we'll hit all the stats here. I think he had Tim? Did the telecast say 11 consecutive completions at one point?
I think it was at one point of the game. Yeah, we got Jay Love at the podium now too. I think.
Ooh, let's go to that real quick. First, let's hit the super chat. Chris C, thank you so much, buddy. Says peaking at just the right time. D is exciting. It is, man. It is,
and that goes to the whole team. I think the peaking part. The offense was cruising. The defense was cruising. Anytime we keep them under 20, we should win the game.
That's right.
The defense has done that, and it's. Let them peak. Let them start getting their vibes. Whatever Kenny needed, whatever LVN needed, everybody hit their stride, man.
Yeah, definitely. Chris, thank you so much for the super chat, pal. We appreciate you. Let's go to QB1 at the podium. Here's Jordan Love.
The plays we're dialing up that Steno and Matter are dialing up are, top tier. So, I think it goes all around. But you get the tight ends in there blocking, receivers blocking, but everybody's just doing their part and letting this thing go.
Were the elements a challenge at all?
No, it's one of those things that we practice in this every day. So, I think we're ready for it. I can't speak for them and whether it was challenging for them or not, but it's cold. We practice this every day, like I said. So I feel like we are, accustomed to it.
We're in back-to-back games without a pick. A lot of people look at that. Your passer rating's over 100 the last 3 games. Some people look at that. What are you looking at to know that you are playing well and trending in the right direction?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing starts with just taking care of the ball. That's something that I've been focusing on, and I'm trying to do a better job just taking care of the ball because it starts there. Not putting our defense in bad positions and making it easy on the other team. So that's where it starts, and then just going out there finding completions, getting the ball in the playmakers' hands. Is something that we always talk about. And you see these guys once they catch the ball, they're making some big time, yak. They're getting some big time yak out there. So that's really the key to our offense. And like I said, my job is just focus on continue to be great, keep taking care of the ball.
Lions, are you consciously taking maybe a couple more throws underneath? There was actually a couple of plays where I thought there were guys open downfield, but you just took the underneath stuff instead. Is that a conscious thing?
It just comes down to reading out the play, whether I feel like I can make a throw or I might be pushing the envelope too much, a guy might be in that area. So it just comes down to playing fast, reading it out, and, taking what the defense gives us, There's obviously sometimes you want to push the ball down the field and throw some tight window throws. And sometimes you just make that quick decision like, no, I think this is covered. So moving on. But I think really just finding those completions, getting the ball moving, and that's really the key to success for offense.
Jordan, you feel this this offense is in maybe the best groove, the best rhythm that it's been in as far as this season goes?
Definitely. I think areas we've needed to focus on, red zone, I think we've been doing a lot better in that area, and just trying to stay on the field, keep those drives going, keep the defense off the field. So I think we're getting in a really good groove. And then, to the other point, the defense is playing really well to be able to get us the ball back and, get some stops, some big-time stops against a very good offense. So, it goes both ways, but I think the offense is playing at a high level right now.
All right, there was QB1 at the podium, Jordan Love, breaking down the game there. Again, I thought he played a lot better. When you look at the statistics, 21 of 28, 274 yards passing, averaged 9.8 yards per attempt, and had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, was not sacked at all, had a rating of 129.2. Go have a ball game, Tim.
Wow.
That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So
I love it.
Antoine down here in the chat says those Josh Jacobs cuts, Bot's fist, so fun watching him cook, man. Did you guys see that?
Oh my
gosh, yeah. My wife was watching. She's like, "Oh my god, his feet didn't even touch the ground on the first one." It's like he like jump cut it in the air and then just cut him and broke him down. It was great. Love it.
Yeah.
And then the second one where he just had to do it on the island on the left side.
Oh yes.
Then he ended up having tracking him down to make the tackle, but just the head fake is. It was like he's setting up a cornerback on a route. If he's a wide receiver, set him up, give him a little shimmy. Just brutal to see.
And then, like usual, we see a lot of those plays where, he gets stopped, momentum stopped, and he finds a way to turn it into positive yardage.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Did you see that stat? It was a 5th consecutive game of 100-plus scrimmage yards. The last time we did that was Eddie Lacy in 14.
Yep.
Like, come on now. We love Aaron Jones, but that's someone you can count on turning around, and your quarterback can count on, week in, week out kind of thing. I love that.
Absolutely.
They committed to shutting the run down tonight. Yeah. They held Josh Jacobs to 19 carries for 43 yards, 1 touchdown. But what did he do? He went out in the passing game, caught all 4 of his targets for 74 yards, averaged 18.5 yards per catch, and had that long of 49, which is another just phenomenal run.
So he's still just shy, right? He's still like 20 yards shy, 15 yards shy of 1,000 rushing, right? Yeah.
But on the night again, he ended up with 23 touches for roughly 117 yards, something like that. So just another great day at the office for old Josh Jacobs, no doubt about it. All right, so obviously Jaden Reed went off tonight. Okay. Matter of fact, let's just hit his stat line real quick while we're talking about 3 catches for 24 yards, but 2 of those 3 catches were touchdowns. Really cool shot here from Caden. If you guys aren't following Caden, make sure you go give him a follow on Twitter at CADENSUNILA. I think he's at every home game, is he not, Tim? Caden's always at the home games, but check out this shot of the Jaden Reed touchdown from the stands.
Oh, he's throwing it.
Love it.
Gotta love the fan play-by-play in the stands too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He's got it. He's got it.
That was a dart. That was like on a line. I mean, and it's a far throw, far out to the corner pylon. I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
that was an absolute laser too, perfectly thrown.
Yeah, and then we got another angle of it as well. I think that this might have been one of the local telecasts or something had this shot right here, which is just an absolute dandy of the same catch. Let's check it out. You see the snow flying at Lambeau, and then, of course, the Lambeau leap. That place was rocking tonight, man. Two of those boys, they had a hard time keeping it together early, man. It was so loud at Lambeau tonight. So everybody who's hearing my voice that was in the stadium this evening, shout out to you guys and gals for representing.
You can hear it.
Oh, yeah.
You can hear it on TV. Easy. And what I love, they were quiet on offense. Like, it was like everybody shut up finally and was like, all right, let's let Jordan Love do his thing and, let's get loud on defense, and it works, right?
Yep, no doubt.
Absolutely.
All right, so, again, Jaden Reed with a couple touchdowns this evening.
Can't have Thanksgiving without the bird, right? Come on now.
The bird roasting the duck, right? Storm Duck or whatever the heck his name is.
Oh, yeah, Storm Duck from Louisville.
Yep.
Storm Duck.
That's who Christian cooked. He was over there he must have deep fried duck or something for Thanksgiving, man. And just
man, how about that missed PI call on Scoot there, man? How atrocious was that, guys? Cheated us right there.
We probably had one earlier in the game. I think
Keyshawn
got there early on that one. So I mean, if that's our watch, I'll take it. But no, that was definitely early, Tim, 100%.
John Benson with the super chat. Thank you so much, John. He says Stokes was trying to get a piece of turkey. Laughing emoji.
He was munching that thing.
Was he?
He was in the background just gnawing on the leg.
Yeah. Well, who stood out to you guys on defense without looking at the stats, just right offhand? I know, Tim, you had mentioned Quay. Outside of Quay, who's the person that pops out? I know who my answer is. I want to see if it was the same with you guys.
Isaiah McDuffie.
Bingo.
I mean, hate to stay in the linebacker room, but we talked about that being a little bit of a cause for concern without our rookie phenom Edrin Cooper out there. But I thought Wilson, McDuff, and Quay played a hell of a ball game tonight. But Zay McDuffie was everywhere, man. Looked pretty good in some of those pass coverage situations too, which is something that's not normally his strong suit.
Oh man, and he stuck. Was it 83?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a grown man football.
There were a couple of those tonight. And who did that? Mosby did that. To number 83 again on the kickoff return. I was like, this poor guy is not going to make it on the flight. I mean, they had the plane heated up by the end of the third quarter, probably, I would think.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was hoping we would have the next gen stats GPS tracking for the Jaden Reed jet sweep.
Oh yeah,
you guys watch that, but LaFleur used cheat motion to mock a hard count, right? As Jaden came across, they did the the fake hut, and then he goes and gets set, and I'm thinking, that's smooth. They could have jumped, I like it. Throw him off, and then all of a sudden he comes back on the zipper end around and gashed him. How long was that run? It was a pretty good chunk there, was it not? It was
20-something yards at least.
Yeah. I think it was 23 yards is what I've got here charted.
Yep.
So
I thought you were going to be upset about it because you've been trying to get those out of our playbook for the past 2 months.
No, here's the thing.
I just don't like seeing 30 of them called a game. I don't want them out of the playbook.
Listen, I don't want them out of the playbook. I want you to stop calling them inside the 5.
Yeah,
that's it. That's exactly it.
If we can't score inside the 5 in 3 attempts, kick the field goal and go to the sideline and realize that you suck.
And he's been a lot better at that too, though. Turn around, give it to Josh. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
Or tonight, where they're playing a little inside leverage, hammer that out route, right, to Jaden Reed.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Wicks, I think it was on that same one. Wicks had his man beat too on another out on the second level.
Mm-hmm.
He's turning a corner. I think Wicks is. He had a decent game tonight. We'll see what the numbers say, but thought he had a couple nice catches and blocking downfield again in the run game. Man, phenomenal.
Yeah. And again, the end arounds are vital. They're absolutely vital to Matt LaFleur's offense. Like they can't be, but when they're not working and you continue to hammer it,
Yeah.
then you notice we got away from it a little bit. And then tonight, bang, it's there. And you threw an extra wrinkle into that. There was a couple times too. I don't know if you guys noticed pre-snap, they got to the line with like 20 seconds on the play clock. And I'm going, this is different, right? They usually about 12 seconds. You get up there, get set, get your motion going. All right, get your check. But they got up there and they shifted, like the tight end shifted over to the left.
Yep.
The F came over to the right. And then the T went to the other side card. It was like LaFleur is playing chess right now.
Yep.
And you could see the defense constantly like, oh, hell, wait, yeah, no, that's your guy. Here's ours.
Yep.
It was awesome to see, man. It really was.
And that's just another wrinkle to the offense, because we can always circle back to what we ran, week one. But as long as we're adding something to it each week, it's beautiful. And in that jet sweep, it keeps the defense honest. You have to be able to hold contained, because they tried to run a reverse or a jet sweep, and who stuck them? It was Mosby, right? Kate came up and just blew it up. That's exactly what we needed.
All right, we got Coach LaFleur at the podium. You get that grab for me here, Tim. Appreciate you. Here we go. Let's go to Coach LaFleur at the podium. See what the old coach has to say here.
Now than you were a month ago, just based on your current level of play.
Yeah, I think just the one thing that stands out to me is just we're being physical in every phase of football, and I think that's going to do us well. I think that gives you a chance each and every week, and it shows up all over the tape, whether it's our linebackers hitting people, whether it's up front, our receivers blocking. I can't say enough about how the job that Wicks does out there. And,
Bingo.
The physicality that when you get it from the skill positions, it changes the complexion of your team. Obviously, Josh Jacobs has been huge. He just continues to run really hard. Tucker Kraft, I can't say enough great things about him, his ability to get downhill, and he's a tough guy to tackle. So really in every phase of the game, I think our guys are being extremely physical, and that's something we can hang our hat on.
You said you're going to have to play your best to beat the Lions. I'm curious, do you think – I know you're not playing perfect football, and I'm sure there's things you're not happy about. But do you think you're playing your best football of the year at this point based on what you've done the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think Miami's a really good football team. And, it's a National Football League. Everybody's going to have their moments. I think our ability to jump out to a big lead obviously was instrumental, but I was really proud of our defense. They have a second goal on the 1 yard line, and to be able to hold them out of the end zone there, that was a critical moment in the game.
About that defense, you got contributions from everybody on that front four. Probably been a while since you've been able to say that. What does that mean for that unit being effective if you're getting it from those guys up front?
Oh, it's huge. I think the only thing that I would say that we got to do a much better job on is we got to make sure we line up on sides. It feels like it's Groundhog Day. It's been too many games in a row now.
Thank you.
It wasn't perfect, but I do like the intentionality is there in terms of just playing with our hands, playing physical, coming off the ball. We just got to be a little bit smarter and make sure we're checking with the officials so we don't line up in the neutral zone. And then, just being a little bit more disciplined in terms of when we get off the football.
What do you think allowed the defense to make that stop? Because it seemed like, Miami's moving, they got the defense on the heels, but then they rise up in a big moment there.
Yeah, I think just, our guys were playing physical and, made a couple plays there. They tried to run a keeper with out of the gun, and Keyshawn was kind of all over it. And we got good penetration on that fourth down play and got the sack. So I think our guys they did their job.
What do you think of Love's decision-making since the bye? And was that something that you guys during that time talked about, or do you think that's something that he just thought about as?
I would tell you the thing that we stress the most is just playing with good fundamentals and reading with your feet. And I think he's done it in practice. He's been very conscious of doing that. I think Tom does a great job with our quarterbacks and just making sure that giving them the coaching points that they need. But it's ultimately up to the player to take it, and I think he's taken it to heart, and he works extremely hard, and I think he's playing his best ball right now. I really do. I think he's done a great job of taking what's there, taking the checkdowns when they're there, or taking the shots when they're there. And he's moving around the pocket, I think, really well. I think our O-line's doing a pretty good job, but when it's not perfect up front, he's able to buy time or get out of harm's way and get rid of the football, and that's critical for us.
All right, that was Coach LaFleur at the podium. Good stuff there from him as the Packers get a huge win here, 30-17 over the Miami Dolphins at a snow globe version of Lambeau Field here this evening with the flurries flying on Thanksgiving night. John Benson with the Super Chat. Stokes don't deserve that turkey. Give it to Ballantyne. There you go, man. Yeah, I got to agree. There was a couple times that Stokes did pop up to me on screen like, come on, Stokes. Wait, it's so obvious that it hasn't clicked.
He had a good stick.
Yeah, he
there
did.
was that one tackle.
Okay, all right. Okay. We got a little something.
Positive over there. It's a sombrero, man. He puts the sombrero on. He turns into the Mexican version of who was that guy? Mr. Rogers, right?
Yeah, right.
What would his name be? Mr. Martinez instead of Rogers? But thank you for the super chat, John. You're the man. We appreciate you, buddy. So we do have it confirmed. Jordan Love did get his turkey leg. All right, look at that right there. That's triumph.
Nice.
Love to see it. Love to see
it.
it.
Look at him. He's holding that thing up like an MVP trophy, too. I love it.
Hold up. Does he get a necklace with turkey legs on it?
Yeah. Yeah, the media lady was running by giving him a gold. It was a green and a gold one.
Nice.
Oh, awesome, man. That is absolutely. John Madden's smiling down right now, man.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. He would have loved to call that game. He would have had a couple of booms in there. I mean, we were
with Josh Jacobs running the ball. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Zay McDuffie lowering the boom all day. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah, he not only rambled, but he rumbled and stumbled.
That's right.
The GOAT right there for sure.
All right.
And, speaking of the offense, we were talking about that before we went to the Matt's presser there. And one thing I noticed is there were a couple of those runs that worked really well against the 49ers where we saw that orbit motion with that kind of double play fake, and then you're running inside to Jacobs. Mm-hmm. And he ran that a couple times, and Miami was all over it. And to Matt's credit, man, we didn't see it the rest of the game. He just completely got away from it. He was able to realize in real time what was going on, and I thought he called another hell of a ball game today on offense. Just put us in a position to just be successful all day.
Yeah, I agree, man. Fun game to watch, dude. What a great game. What a great game to watch. Let's hit the stats. What do you guys think? You want to hit it real quick? Let's see who stood out, who didn't, and kind of get ourselves set up for, like Tim said earlier, man. We got us a Victory Friday coming up tomorrow.
Here's some stats right here from Chris C. Super chat.
Chris C. paying to do our job for us. Appreciate that, Chris. Go ahead, read it out there, Tim.
21 of 28 for 274 yards, 2 tutters, and zero interceptions, 129.2 QBR, 2 clean games in a row. We saw what happened last year. Chris over here cooking. I love it. I love that. I love that vibe and that energy right there. Yeah, we're getting hot, boys, right? We're heating up at the right time. And hey, we're no strangers to this, right? Let's go ahead and run the table again and storm into the playoffs.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, appreciate you, Chris. Awesome statistics there, man. It feels like Matt LaFleur's gathered all this information all year long, and now it's all right, let's turn the dogs loose. That felt a lot like I'm trying to think of a game to compare it to from last year. That felt a lot like the Minnesota game last year to me. You know what I mean? Where it was just like it wasn't close at any point in the game. It was just, hey, start fast, run away with it, right? I'm really looking forward to the Detroit game next week. I am, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think this Packers team's got a chance to knock them off. It's going to be an uphill battle. Don't get me wrong. I don't care how injured they are. They're playing good football regardless. But I'm really looking forward to that matchup in Detroit. It's going to be great. All right, let's go to the stats here. So Jordan Love, again, 21 of 28 for 274 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he was not sacked all day long. We mentioned Josh Jacobs had 19 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown. However, he also had 4 catches for 74 yards, a long of 49, and he did catch all 4 of his targets. Chris Brooks looking good again, boys.
Yeah. We didn't get Josh over 25 carries, but as a team we did. That's the important part. We ran the ball.
Absolutely. Chris Brooks, 3 carries, 28 yards. He runs hard too, Emilio. You notice he runs with good pad level, does he not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his kind of shoulders are over his feet. You know, he's not standing up straight. He's got a little bend to him.
Yeah.
Runs through people.
And Emmanuel Wilson, 2 carries for 20 yards. He's
Dude, all that guy does is get opportunities on the field and make something of them. That's all he does.
That's so true. You go back to last season with that streak. Every time he gets a carry or a touch, man, he turns it into something. He's really, man, a sneaky good little weapon in this rotation for sure.
Yeah. He really is, man. They've slowly, quietly put together arguably a top 3 running back room in the entire National Football League. It's just wild to think about that. We lost Aaron Jones, and it feels like the running back room got better.
And we haven't even caught a glimpse of Marshawn Lloyd yet.
And we lost AJ. Yep.
Yep.
And lost AJ Dillon beginning of the season. And we really thought our running back room was going to look completely different. You know.
That's true.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Receiving. Look who led the way, fellas. 7 targets, 6 catches, 78 yards. Mr. Tucker Kraft. What a game, man. Had a long of 17. It seemed like every time Jordan got in trouble, he just found Tucker. You notice that? That's definitely become that safety valve. We know he's forklift.
He's got the big orange vest on. Just hit him. Hit him if you need help. The assistance button.
How about the yak tonight? We got the yak and the cheese tonight for sure.
Right. Yeah, Christian Watson, 2 catches for 67 yards. Listen, got robbed on the PI call there at the end. You know, Matt LaFleur was going off. I was cracking up, man. Did you guys read his lips?
Yep.
Yeah, I had to earmuff. I had to put my hands over Lincoln's eyes, man. I didn't want to see it so bad. But I love that LaFleur was still chucking the thing around the yard. It felt like last week, boys. Remember that we did that at the end of the game last week to Malik Heath? Like, hey, let's just go ahead and run the score up a touch.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for it on 4th down there, close. I mean, and just keep your foot on the gas. Just don't even let it be a game. Don't even let them get close.
That extracurricular penalty on Big E kind of screwed us up there for that shot. Set us back 15 yards. Great play there by Tay Wicks prior to that, though, stretching it out. I almost thought he did get in there. What a just gritty performance from this team, though. Man,
Came back after a drop early. Glad that you got to snap that. You got to get that. And he got popped on that one, too. He dropped it and took a lick. So shake that off. Keep going.
Yes, Dontavion Wicks, man, 5 targets, 4 catches, 30 yards. So it felt like he had a bad game, but the reality is he had that one drop and it looked ugly. Don't get me wrong. Caught every ball after that and was blocking his ass off like LaFleur was saying.
He was.
So many times. And when they would tuck him into that wing position, Emilio.
Like they did with Christian before.
Yeah. As soon as the ball was snapped, there was no hesitation. Like, you seen him narrow his shoulders, get right in the mix, and get in between that tight end and that tackle and do the dirty.
He did it on Josh Jacobs' touchdown, right? Came in, either dug out a safety or a corner or something. And I think Matt likes it because you either bring somebody lighter into the box and you can kind of turn them and just get a little bit more confusion in there and just let Josh pick one hole. Like, go, we're shooting to the left, pick whatever's open.
Yep, definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see here. We'll get to something else here in a second. I want to show you guys that I thought was great. We'll give it a second. So let's see here. What else? Jaden Reed, 3 catches for 24 yards, had 2 touchdowns, obviously coming through there in the clutch. Jordan missed him on that crosser early on. That would have been a tutter, no doubt about it, right?
Yeah.
Jordan kind of got caught in between, let me scramble out of the pocket, and then realized, oh, F it, Jaden Reed's down there somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, overshot him because he was throwing on the run. But, defensive side of the ball, I've seen a couple comments in there. Knucklehead Paul in the chat. Good to see you, buddy. He says, Quay Walker, baby, LFG. So good to see him on a roll. Yes, it was, man. And tonight, Tim, he's all over the stat column again. Look at the 2 backers here in the middle.
Yep.
Isaiah McDuffie, 10 tackles, 7 of which were solos, 1 tackle for a loss. Quay Walker had 10 total tackles, 6 solo, a sack, and 2 tackles for a loss. Quay Walker, boys, think that's your defensive player of the game probably, although LVN making a case there.
Or Zay McDuffie making a case there too.
Yeah.
I mean,
again, some of the stuff that McDuffie did too, Tim. It's not even in the stat column, like that pass breakup.
Yep.
That was perfect timing, man.
Absolutely huge. And, with Quay, I think, we talked about this as soon as we got the announcement that Coach Half was going to be our DC. We had a conversation. We said, if anyone can unlock Quay Walker, it's probably Jeff Halfley. And I think we weren't prepared for how long that might have, that process was going to be. And here we are rounding out another season here with Quay. And I think he's hitting his stride now in this defense. I haven't seen him blitz this much in a long time. And Quay was getting home today. And he was also maintaining gap integrity in the run fits too, which is something we haven't seen from Quay in a while. And then, of course, bringing that coverage, the coverage skills to the table that he does. If this continues, man, and he continues to thrive in this system, man, we're going to be a problem for teams in this league going forward. So really happy to see Quay doing better right now.
Yeah, definitely. Xavier McKinney, 9 tackles, 7 solo. He played a lot of post safety tonight. Did you guys notice that?
Yeah.
It seemed like they wanted him back there kind of being center field.
Yep.
And it's probably why Tua didn't take many shots down the seam. It was everything was kind of underneath. And they hammered those digs all night long. And I know people were getting frustrated. I completely understand. It feels like, man, we're playing soft. That was Tua being patient and taking what the defense was giving him. And the announcers, I thought Jason Garrett did a pretty good job on the call when he said, yeah, they're just letting them have, hey, you can have everything underneath, but you're going to have to go the full length of the field, right?
Absolutely.
So John Benson with the Super Chat. Appreciate you, buddy. Says, I love your content. Love how you stay true to your faith being a Christian. Love how you do football, but stay true. Full support. Go Pack, go. Hey, we appreciate that, John. Thank you so much for the support, man. Appreciate the kind words. It's always awkward reading a compliment over the air. It makes you feel conceited. I don't know how else to say it, but I really appreciate you saying that, man. And everybody know, I don't care what your background is. Everybody's welcome here, right?
Absolutely.
But I'm just not going to hide the fact that I'm a Christian. I'm proud of it. Doesn't mean I'm perfect. It actually means the opposite. It means I'm an idiot, and I need a little help along the way. That's all that means. So, but John, thank you so much for the kind words there, buddy. We appreciate you. Who else on defense kind of popped here? Evan Williams, 7 tackles. It kind of felt like he was quiet tonight, but again, in the stat column there, 4 solos.
We had a Brenton Cox Jr. sighting late in the game. I thought JJ and Igbari played pretty well too tonight.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. Go ahead, Emilio.
Early reports on Evan Williams aren't looking good. We have him as our lowest graded defensive player so far.
Kind of felt like that to me.
36-3.
Yeah. There was a couple of times that I was like, I want to say somebody made him. They broke a tackle.
He got stiff armed. I'm pretty sure he was the one that got stiff armed. Yeah,
got stiff armed into oblivion.
But he was out there 52 snaps, 45 in coverage, and his coverage grade was a 41.4. So it was a early numbers, rough game for Evan. Definitely. Top 3 were Isaiah McDuffie, Quay Walker, and Aaron Mosby. He only had 14 snaps, but Quay had 71, Isaiah McDuffie 63. So he was out there a lot.
Pretty good game from Keyshawn today. We can't let him get lost in the mix here too, because I thought Keyshawn had a couple clutch open field tackles, some good plays. Obviously sparked things off with a hell of a return early on. We can't let Key get lost in the mix here. He played pretty well tonight.
It felt like he played good. What was you don't have his grade?
Yeah,
do you?
I do. We had him 71. He was on the field every snap. Total defensive grade with a 57.2, but his run defense 63.9. Tackling was an 80.2, and then coverage was a 55.9. He would have been the 5th highest tackler, only behind X as number 1, Isaiah McDuffie number 2, Quay number 3. Bullard just by a point 1 would be number 4, and then Key is number 5.
Got it. Good stuff, man.
But those every one of those guys are above 80 in tackling. That's huge because we really have had a problem tackling, especially it being a cold game. Wanting to stick your head in there, wrap up, all those things have to happen. Every hit hurts a little bit more, kind of thing.
And they're being stressed. That's being stressed by all of the coaches on that defensive staff. Coach Camp and Coach Ogabasi, Coach Ansley. These guys stress that with every position group, and it shows because all around, from our guys up front to the middle to the back end, everybody seems to be tackling a lot better this year. when compared to last season for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were open field. By the time they got the 12-yard in route, that's an open field tackle, man. They were absolutely killing us with that.
And we saw the quick slants over the middle, and we were getting chewed up over the middle, but that was game plan today.
Right.
Tyreek Hill did not take the top off of our defense. We had guys rallying to the ball. Tua was taking what we were giving them, which is that's what you want an offense to do, right?
But you got to come up and make the tackles.
Yeah, it doesn't work if you don't make those tackles, and we hadn't been doing that in previous seasons. Now we got guys finishing plays, and it's a thing of beauty to see that. You see a guy catch a ball in the flat coming out over the middle on a check down or a screen or something, and there's 4 or 5 green jerseys rallying around him. That's how you win as a defense, and I don't know. I think the thing I was most proud of tonight was our goal line stand, fellas. I don't know what you think, but that's what makes me think we have what it takes to get over the hump. When you can goal line stand a team up like that and just play effective defense, man. Really proud of these guys overall.
Yeah. Chris C with the super chat. Appreciate you, pal. He says Quay Walker past 2 games, 17 tackles, 4 tackles for a loss, sack, and 2 pass breakups. Boys, that's a good stat line right there, man. Quay might end up getting re-signed here, boys.
I said just give him the end of the year. Just give him to the end of the year. I don't know.
I just said give him a chance. That's all I said.
Just give him a chance.
Oh, God, that's hilarious, man. I've never heard that voice from Emilio. That was awesome. that sounded
I've been over here screaming support Quay this whole time. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's true. Tim has been. I think it was when Tim was gone. I was just trying to back him up. I was saying everyone needs to get off Quay's back a little bit, and let's give him at least till the end of the year before you try to kick him to the curb.
Exactly.
I turn on the tape and watch Fred Warner with a broken ankle, and I'm like, man, I need better than this, Mike linebacker. I need better than this. But it's just so good to see him kind of flip the switch, and it's just all of a sudden there's no hesitation. That's what's so exciting. He's decisive. And he's just attacking the football, man. It's a lot of fun.
That ain't no problem.
Well, it reminds you of his rookie year. It really does. Yeah. Like when he was just kind of out there playing loose before he was wearing the green dot, right?
Right.
So maybe that does have something to do with it. I don't know. Back to the box score here, though. Again, Chris, thank you so much for the stats there, and thank you for the super chat, buddy. That's awesome, man. Quay turning it up here lately. So JJ and Igbare, man, it feels like of course, LVN had a decent game too. There's going to be a heavy rotation. There's always been a heavy rotation at the edge position. Even when we had the 34 jam front, we're still going to have that heavy rotation. But it does kind of feel like JJ and Igbare is the second best pass rusher on this team. But 5 tackles, 4 solos, 1 sack, 1 tackle for a loss. Great day for him. Slide on down. LVN had 2 tackles, 2 solos, 1 sack, and 2 tackles for a loss. So both of his tackles were for a loss. That's a great day there for him. Aaron Mosby, tackle for a loss. And I know Jacob in our chat, our personal text thread, Jacob the Beard, said it kind of feels like Aaron Mosby's turning it on. Does it not, Emilio?
Dumpster.
It does.
There he is. This dude's he seems like he's earning that roster spot for sure, man.
Mm-hmm. Him and Brenton Cox. Aaron Mosby with the 14 snaps, the 3rd highest graded. Brenton Cox at 20 snaps would be our 12th highest graded. That's huge because we talked about having the hockey line, and we thought, losing Preston, are we still going to have that hockey line rotation, all that stuff? I think we did have it. Kingsley was just ahead of Brenton at 11. He was in for 43 plays, 5 coverage snaps for Kingsley, and LVN was in for 22. So he was in for half the snaps at Kingsley, right around where Brenton was at the 20. So
got it.
With the exception of LVN being a first round pick, how about the sheer amount of 5th and 6th and 7th round guys that are just contributing? I mean, Goody really cooked with this defense, man, especially on the defensive side of the ball, in my opinion. It's great to see.
And again, Brenton Cox Jr. had 2 tackles. 1 was a solo. He had a sack and a tackle for a loss. Kenny Clark with that sack today, boys. I went, oh, look at Kenny showing up. Here we go.
I hope that makes chalk talk, Clay, because I can't wait to talk about how Quay Walker was the one who crashed that whole line and created the path for that. That was beautiful. Kenny got credit for the sack, but that was another gem from our boy Quay Walker tonight for sure.
I agree. I thought it was a Quay sack. I got really excited. Not that I was bummed at all, man. Kenny got a sack. I wasn't like that. Don't get me wrong, but I was wanting it to be for Quay. And then when I seen Kenny get off the bottom of the pile, I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right, Kenny, let's go, man." What was his
that half a sack, right? They got to give Quay that 0.5 sack on that one.
You would think so, but it's showing a full sack right now.
That's cool though. Kenny was there too. He made plays. He beat his man. He met up. Meet me at the quarterback, right? That's what you want your guys doing on those blitz packages.
Absolutely. Do you got a grade for Kenny? A preliminary grade there?
Yes, I do. Kenny's prelim was top 5. He was number 5 at a 69.4, 71.7 run defense, 69.6 tackling, 61.9 pass rush, and a 59.2 in coverage. We dropped him twice, it looks like, according to PFF.
My man out there making plays in the secondary. That's what I'm talking about.
I was happy for Kenny. I was just happy he got in the stat sheet. You know what I mean? Like, he's been grinding away. Get him a sack. Get him some kind of numbers. And how can you not get excited for a game like this under the lights? Thanksgiving, everybody's watching.
Yeah. And there was one play, too. It was a third down. I thought it was Devontae Wyatt, but someone online said they thought it was Kobe Wooden. Dropped into coverage 8 yards down the seam and was right there. I mean, he didn't tip the ball, but he definitely put
I remember that. Where they were close to the end zone. They were coming in on the red zone a little bit.
It was,
Looked like they had kind of hook curls underneath. And then, I could have swore it was Wooden.
I said, who's that big bastard? I mean, what I said.
A wall back there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
He does have one drop. He does have one coverage. Colby Wooden does. Devontae Wyatt has 2 in coverage, so I don't know. But I did see on that one where Tua was kind of scrambling upfield a little. I think that Wyatt crashed in again and kind of tripped up Kenny when they were trying to do a TT maybe. I think I'll have to go back and look at it. But that's one thing I'd like him to try to take a peek at is, the footwork on our switches or our stunts or whatever, just not get hung up so much.
And another thing, too, man, you talk about opening the game up hot and really setting the tone. Keyshawn Nixon with that 43-yard return right out of the gate. That was just phenomenal. And I know that
doing here? I'm in town to play the Dolphins, you dumbass.
That's what Keyshawn said after that return.
I know it got ruined because you had the Tucker Kraft false start and then Love misread right deep on that, and you end up having to punt. But what happened? Punted that thing into that Green Bay wind. My man was skating back there. Was he not?
And then we had big Rob Rochelle, and we had Get Busy Bo Melton.
You see him trying to take that to the
speed and getting on that ball, and we turn it into 7. You got to love Green Bay Packer football in the win.
Bo wanted to take that to the house, man. He was so ready to scoop and score that.
He was.
You know what's funny is if you look, Rob Rochelle got blocked right onto the ball, like perfectly. It was like, thanks Miami for the help.
I'll take that.
That was great.
Crazy, man. Oh, Lord, we got us another one here. Hold up. We got to pull this up. Packers just put a video out. That's pretty much all the stats, right? Let's finish it up, then we'll get to the video. You guys are gonna love this one. Let's see what else was there on that stat column. So Keyshawn 2 returns and kickoffs for 73 yards, along with 43. No punt returns. Am I seeing that right, boys? No punt returns.
We had Jaden Reed had a fair catch, I think.
There you go. And listen, can we get some love for Brandon McManus?
Yes, and Daniel Whelan. Give it up for the right legs.
Here's the guy.
That's right.
Brandon McManus 3 for 3 on field goals, had a long of 46, 3 for 3 on extra points, right? So he had a total of 12 points on the night. And Daniel Whelan, 4 punts, 172 yards, 1 touchback, but 3 of those 4 punts were pinned down inside the 20. He had a long of 50 as well. That dude's an absolute weapon, man.
Yep. It's really another day at the office for the Irishman, right? Gotta love it.
Yeah. All right, so that is your box score. Now, we'll let's have us a little fun here. We don't have the locker room video yet. We'll hit it tomorrow morning if I can get up. Guys, I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I can barely breathe. I've ate so much food today. I'm struggling. I'm not even lying. I walked downstairs, told Mandy I'm doing a show, and I went, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I can't breathe. I feel like I'm going into cardiac.
You didn't get a nap in before the game or anything?
Oh, bro, listen to me. I went to bed at 2:30 this morning. I woke up and did Good Morning Lambeau, right? So we got up early. And then we went straight to Rogersville, and I ate enough to kill a horse. And then we drove straight back, and I came right up here, sat down, and watched the game. And then, like an idiot, I ate another plate. Site another plate.
See,
Like
we're
I said,
done. I'm gonna go sneak another piece of pie before bed. I hope my wife's
What are
not
you
up.
snagging, Tim? What are you grabbing?
Oh, the pumpkin pie. My wife made homemade pumpkin pie. Oh my goodness.
Let's go, dude.
And you got to have the Cool Whip. You got to, Cool
Yeah.
Whip. That's the way to go. Some people like ice cream. Some people like the real whipped cream. Give me that Cool Whip, man. I like it that way for sure.
Speaking of eating, this was on the Packers Twitter page. Y'all ready for this? Let's hit it.
Everybody get the turkey leg.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Turkey leg.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Turkey leg.
My man.
Thank you. Thank you. Woo! I love it. Hey, turkey leg.
Turkey leg.
Turkey leg. It ain't dry. Oh, thank you.
Right.
What the?
Everybody get the turkey leg.
If you've seen that either, that was Zane Anderson is a real person.
He is a real person. He doesn't speak much, but he's a real person.
He does. He doesn't speak, does he?
Shout out to Carrington Valentine too, saying, "And it ain't dry." I love it.
Right. Yeah, that was the best part, right? And this right here too. We got to show this, man. We need a moment of silence for a gentleman on the sideline this evening, as it was not a good night. I caught this one. This is the type of stuff I pick up on in a blowout. You ready for this? Let's play it here in slow motion. Watch the official, guys. Look at this right here. You ready? Pud in the mud.
Oh.
Around national television. And he's getting cussed out by the Dolphin coach. Watch the Dolphin coach walk by. This is the best part. Watch him. Because he threw that flag. He's like, I can't believe you.
Not going to help him up.
Again, that right there, that poor guy.
Those tarps are no joke though, because if you've got cleats on, you're probably okay. But if you're not wearing the full cleats, man, it's like ice skating over there.
I'm pretty sure it was Chris in the chat here that gave the super chat that said on Twitter. Oh man, he said he ripped the gooch. Oh, that's it. This show sucks. We're done. All right.
We got to do one more for John Madden on this one, though.
Yeah, he not only rambled, but he rumbled and stumbled.
Tim, I was looking for this.
Pat you on the butt and you poop in my hand. So
I want to pat you on the butt and you poop on my foot. That's what it looks like right there.
I know Collinsworth had the holiday off, but I couldn't help but take.
Here's the guy.
That one.
I can't breathe. Whew. All right. Anything else? I got to go to bed. Anything else at all? We just lost a bunch of viewers. I don't blame them. This show sucks. They're dropping like flies.
Happy Turkey Day, Packer fans. We got the dub. That's what matters. Yeah. We're 9-3. Going into Detroit to go beat the Lions in a must-win divisional game. I'm fired up. We got a Victory Friday holiday edition tomorrow. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? I mean, it's Thanksgiving. I'm thankful. We got the dub, right?
Yeah, we got the dub. I'm at a loss for words. Emilio, anything else, man?
No, man. Great day. Great day. What was Josh Jacobs said? Faith, family, Green Bay Packers, man. That's what I'm thankful for, man. That's it.
Amen.
Great win. Another cheesehead victory win. And like you said, Tim, a W Friday.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
And then we only have a week. Then we don't even have to wait for like an extended time.
Usually you got to wait 10 days, right?
Yeah.
Not this time. Love it, man. Love it. Everybody in the chat going off now. Jay says looking like Magic Mike sliding.
How dare you?
Oh, Coach Lynn got it. He said Cool Whip, Stewie Griffin.
Yeah, see, Coach Lynn picked up on that. Need that Cool Whip.
Exactly. Oh man, look, number one Packer fan, ref out there twerking. LOL. This is the guy that caused the whole thing, right, Chris? When he said "gooch," man, I lost. Oh, Tad Samato said this show's so good it sucks. Amen. Amen to that, buddy.
That's very fair.
Yeah, I think we're done here. Oh, here we go. She said, "Mark." Read it, Emilio. You got to read it. I can't. I'm done.
He said, Murph, UNC it there, twerking on knees.
He said, Unk is in there twerking. Oh my God! All right, we're done. We made it.
Do you think they packed up that 3,500 pounds of scuba gear on the plane this time, or are they going to send for it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Just
think
get the team out of there, man.
Yeah, they need to get out of there.
They were freezing. They were like, can somebody have that thing heated up already?
Yeah,
I mean, I was looking at Coach McDaniel in his call sheet. He looked just frozen, man.
Just shaking.
Like, yeah, no matter what he looked at, he couldn't. I don't think he was in his bag tonight, man.
Popping in a handstand. That's what
I'm Heard it from a fan right here.
All right, guys, we're out. We appreciate y'all. I don't know why United Bates.
Ref will be at the Oval Office tonight.
Oh, that's it. Listen, why you gotta throw the hot 2 in there, man? Oh my God, I'm hurting. I'm hurting bad. All right, that's it, guys. We ain't even gonna say bye. We're just gonna end the show. All right. Appreciate y'all. If I wake up in the morning, we'll see you for Good Morning Lambeau. If not, I'll see you on the trail somewhere. Emilio, you working tomorrow?
No, probably not. I'll probably try to see if we can go just get some deals on some Milwaukee tools, Black Friday deals.
Yeah, Emilio walking out there with a drill like this. All right, guys. Seriously, thanks everybody for tuning in. This was a lot of fun. Sometimes it is good just to get in here, laugh a little bit, and have some fun after a big dub. Special shout out to everybody. United Bates with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Ron Sample with the donation. We had Chris C with the super chat. John Benson with the super chat, and another. Chris C with another. John Benson with a big super chat. Thank you so much, pal. Appreciate the kind words. And then Chris C with the super chat again. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much for supporting us.
Can I sneak a couple more in real quick, Clay?
Yeah, you got some more?
Donovan Schilling was watching live from Vegas. His bets sucked, but the Packers won. And then we are global. Shout out to Nate Dizzle watching on the bullet train between Tokyo and Kyoto, Japan.
Dang.
You guys are worldwide. You got to love it.
Yeah, somebody in Japanese just leaned over to their wife and said, "What's gooch mean?" That's what just happened. Thank you so much. Thank you for making us a part of your day. I don't know why you do, but thank you. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world.
Go,
Pack, go. Victory Friday tomorrow.
Thanks for watching Packers Total Access Live, your daily source for Green Bay Packers content. Created for the fans by the fans. Hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know whenever we go live. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Packers_access. Go Pack Go. Have a great day.